Assalamu alaikum. This is the last video in the series of basic word combination lessons. Yeah, so this is page 3 of that, or exercise 3, or part 3 of that exercise, whatever way you want to refer to it. Let's start. Bismillah. The first letter here is Ra, which is shown in its, thankfully shown in its entirely correct form or normal form, which is Ra. Then is Za, and then comes the next combination, which is Ya Ra. And here you will see Ya, and then, forgive me, Ya, and then you see this. Ya Ra, like this. Ya Ra. This can be written as simple as Ya Ra, but it may appear like this in the Quran, so it's very important to know. Alright, this is of course made up of the letters Ya and Ra. When Ya is in the beginning of the word, you of course you use this form, and then you join Ra with it, so it becomes Ya Ra. When you write it fluently, then it becomes Ya Ra, like so, or Ya Ra. Then is Ta Za. So let's write Ta. So these two dots are together, so this is Ta and this is Za. To untrained eye, this might look like a noon or a part of noon, but noon in this form only appears at the beginning of the word, not at the end. So if this is the construct at the end, then this is definitely Za. It could be written as simply as like so, Ta and Za. Notice the distance between the set of dots. The first set of two dots is Ta, and then this individual dot is Za. This word is made up of the letters or alphabet Ta and Za, which looks like this. Ta is in the beginning, so of course it takes this form, and Za appears like so. It can also be written in fluently. If I can write it like this, Ta Za, or I can also write it like set of two stairs, Ya, oh sorry, not Ya, Ta Za, right? All right, the next letter is Sin, which is just an individual letter. Then is Sheen. Now the reason it's shown here is because now we are going to make some words with Sin and Sheen, and here the words will appear these letters will appear in the beginning of the words. We learned earlier that Sin and Sheen, if they appear at the end of the word, then how they look like? They retain their original shape. But here they just retain this much shape, which I'll show you. So it's a Sin Lam. This is a Sin Lam. To untrained eye, this could look like a Sin with a bit elongated vertical line, which it is not. It is Sin and Lam, and I'll show you how. So this is Sin plus lam. And the way it's joined is the first part, since sin is in the beginning of the word, it looks like this. And then lam joins it like so. So if you write it fluently, it would look like this: sin, little gap, and lam, sin lam. Same goes for the next word, which is sheen lam. So I'll write sheen lam, which is of course made up of the letters sheen and lam. And of course sheen is in the beginning of this two-letter word, so sheen takes this form, and lam takes its full form because it's at the end of the word. So sheen lam. This is too big. Sheen lam, right? This lam needs to be a bit longer, like so. So it looks like a lam. All right. Then comes the letter sod. It is not seen sound, it is sod. Thus the tongue doesn't touch anywhere and the teeth are open. Sod. Okay. Sod and then dod. And ta and dha. So now we make combinations with these. So the first is saw ba. So notice how it's written: saw ba. Right? You can just write, you can ignore the small little line going towards the bottom of the page. Just say sod ba. And this is of course a combination of sod and ba. So sod is in the beginning, so sod takes its first form like so, and then ba joins it, which makes it sod ba. Very good. Next is ta ba. So you have a ta and then you have a ba. Ta ba. It's made up of the letters ta and ba. So this is a no-brainer, of course. Ta appears in the beginning, and it is almost, it's retaining its shape. Ta, and then ba joins it. So ta. So ta is a special alphabet letter which retains its shape in the beginning of the word, in the middle of the word, and also at the end of the word. So this is a very special letter. It retains its shape everywhere. Ta. Same goes for dha, which is the next one. So dha. Okay. After tauba, there is no dhaba, so I was going to write incorrectly. Okay, forgive me. I have to follow this exercise here. After tauba, this is dha alif. Dha alif. Right. So let's write that. Zo alif. It can simply be written as this, just do alif, and this is of course made up of two letters, do and alif. I think this is mixing up with the above line, so I'll just move it down. Alright. Do alif, do and alif, and when do is in the beginning of the word, it retains its it takes this form, and then alif or any other letter would join it. So do alif or do alif. All right, next is do alif. So this is do alif. So do alif. So this is combination of the word letters do and alif. So do, to and do retain their shape everywhere in the word. So this is do and joined with an alif, like so. I'll join them in the next. Here do and then alif, do alif, and both of the alifs can the line of do and alif could be the same, like so. It doesn't matter if they are less shorter and longer, it doesn't matter. So this is do alif. Then this is ain, just an individual letter, ain. Ghain, individual letter ghain, we have covered this already. Hamza. Hamza is the sound where you give a little jerk to the sound. It's a stopping sound a little bit. So I'll explain it to you later when we move to the next lesson, which is movements. But this is not Hamza, because Hamza always appears as it is, completely individually, at least surrounded by space all around it. So if anything which looks like a Hamza but is connected to something else, that means it's not a Hamza, it's an Ain, which is here. So I'm going to write that this is Ain, and this is this form of za, which I absolutely dislike. Ain za, which can be written as Ain za, like so. So this construct, as you see, looks like Hamza, but it is connected to another letter, so it is not Hamza, it is Ain. So this is actually a combination of Ain plus za, or this za, whatever you want to use. So this becomes first part of Ain, and then za, or first part of Ain and za, just like that. Ain za. And this is Ghain, Ghain ra, Ghain ra. So let's write that. This is also like this. Now this dot is here, not here. Before, in the previous example, it was here, so it is a Z, and this is an Ain because it doesn't have a dot. But now in this example, this construct has a dot on top, so it means it's a Ghain, and this is a Ra, and I'll explain it to you here. First, I'll write its other form, which you can use, Ghain Ra, and it's made up of the letters Ghain and Ra. First this form of Ra, and then this Ra. Ghain Ra. So Ghain joined with Ra, and this Ghain will have its dot here. Can also be written as Ghain Ra. Ghain Ra. Next is Sad Ain. It's very interesting. So let me move to the next page because I want to have more space. Alright, so this is Sad Ain, and this Ain looks like a Ha because it has this pointy stuff here, but it is not a Ha because it is actually not a Ha. I'll show you why. First, I'll show you how it's written. So it's written as shown here. Like so. Sad Ain. So this is a very special way of writing Ain. It could have been written like this as well, like so. This is also possible, but when one way of writing this is like this, as I've shown you. So this is the combination of letters Sad plus letter Ain, which when you write in this form, Sad is in the beginning of the word, so it takes its form like so, and Ain will just take its form like so. Notice it is different from this form, which is Ha. So this form is different, right? It is not this form. This is different, and this is different. So that's the thing I want to highlight here. So Sad Ain, when you join it, it's just become Sad Ain. Sad Ain. This one. Then comes Dad Ghain. So let's write Dad Ghain. So Dad has its dot and Ghain also has its dot, and let me write that here. It's made up of Dad plus Ghain, and Dad is in the beginning of the word, so Dad takes this shape and Ghain takes this shape. Dad Ghain. So they have this color filled in here, the ink filled in here, so that's what it looks like. But since I don't have that kind of pen, I can't fill it up. But if you want, this is what it looks like. Dad Ghain, right? And if you write it fluently, it will be Dad Ghain, like so. Dad Ghain. This one. So this is Ba Ain Dal. So Ain now is in the middle of the word, right? So we have already seen in the previous lessons, Ain was in the beginning. Now in this example above, these two lines, Ain and Ghain are at the end of the words, but now we will see Ain in the middle. So this is Ba Ain, and then this way of writing dal, which I don't like. You can write it like so as well. Ba, ain, and then this dal, which is more easier to recognize. And it's of course made up of the letters ba, ain, and dal. Ba, ain, dal. So ba is in the beginning, so ba takes this form. Ain is in the middle, so ain takes this form. And dal is at the end, so dal retains its shape. Either this or this one, whatever you choose. So now I will join them together. Ba, ain, dal. Right? Then is ta, ghain, dal. Ta, ghain, dal. And of course it can be written as ta, ghain, dal, like so. And it's made up of the letters ta, ghain, dal. This one or this one. Then you write it as ta, which is in the beginning of the word, ghain, and then you write this dal, ta, ghain, dal, which will become ta, ghain, and I'll write the correct dal, so just so you understand, ta, ghain, dal. Very good. We have covered ta, ghain, dal. Then is alif, hamza, nothing rocket science here. Vav, hamza, ya, hamza, ya, hamza, fa. All of this is individual letter. This is alif with hamza, but since they are written both individually, there's space around both of them, so there's no rocket science here. Just so you know, I can just write that alif, hamza. Sorry, alif, hamza, vav, hamza, ya, hamza. Nothing special. Fa is written like this, as you know. Qaf. Vav is also individual letter, which looks like this. And here is the combination of vav with qaf, and vav appears here. Here vav appears at the end of the word, and of course it retains its shape. So the word is qaf, vav, and it's made up of qaf plus vav, like so. So when qaf is in the beginning of the word, it takes this shape, and vav joins it, and it eventually becomes qaf, vav. It is not like this. Okay, the qaf is this letter qaf is above vav, or this line, like so. Qaf, vav. Then is fa, vav. So if there is one dot on this round thing, then it's a fa, and it's a vav. So it's made up of fa plus wow. Since fa is in the beginning, it takes this form and wow joins it, and it becomes fa wow. Then is a 3-letter word, fa of lam. First I write that, fa of lam, very easy to write. It's made up of fa, of, and lam. Fa, of, lam. Since fa is in the beginning, it takes this form. Qaf is in the middle, so qaf takes this form, and then lam joins it at the end and retains its shape. So overall it looks like fa, qaf, lam, like so. This one. The next one is qaf, fa, lam. So let's do that. Both qaf and fa, you know, qaf, here qaf and fa, both have the starting as this round thing. So that's why they are very easy to recognize. Fa, okay. First one is qaf, this time 2 dots here, this time 1 dot here. So 2 dots above this round head is qaf, 1 dot above this round circle is fa, and then lam. So this time it's made up of the same letters but in a different order. Qaf is the first one, plus fa, plus lam. So qaf is in the beginning, so it takes this form. Then comes fa, which takes this form. Then comes lam, which takes this form. And eventually it becomes qaf, fa, lam. This one here. The next is ya, fa. So let's write that, ya, fa. Very easy, no rocket science here. It's made up of the letters ya and fa, like so. So when ya is in the beginning, of course it takes this form, ya, and fa joins it like so, and it becomes ya, fa. Okay, it's not ta, fa, because ta has 2 dots above it and ya has 2 dots beneath it. So this was ya and fa. Then is mim, individual letter in its full form, or one way of writing mim. This is also mim. It's not actually half form, but yeah, it looks like half, but it is used as full form in some writing methods. But this is just another way of writing mim individually, and that is what is shown here in the next 2 examples. This is ha mim and lam mim. So let's write ha mim as shown here, ha, okay, this is not very neat, so let me rewrite that, ha mim, right, which can be simply written as like so, and it's a combination of ha plus meme, or meme, like so. So ha, and then you join meme with it, ha meme, and if you write it fluently, it looks like so, ha meme. The next one, is lam meme. So you have a lam, and then you have a meme, like so. All right, no rocket science here as well. Lam, it's made up of lam and meme. So lam, when it's in the beginning of the word, it takes this form, a long vertical line with this reverse L sort of, and then you join meme with it, and in fluent way you just use like this, lam meme. This has to be a bit longer to make it look like it's a lam. Then the last two words is ta meme, and that's why I emphasize on this long vertical line, because ta also has a vertical line. So if the vertical lines is short, then it may be confused with lam, but this has two dots on it, so it can never be confused with a lam. It's a ta. Ta meme is a combination of ta and meme. So that is ta, which takes this form, and meme, which is equal to ta meme. Now we come to the last word, which is ta meme ta. So I'll just try to fit it in here. It is ta meme ta. I'm trying to mimic what's written, like so, ta meme ta, which can simply be written as ta meme ta, which is a combination of ta and meme and ta again. So you can write it as ta, which is the first word, so first letter in the word, so it takes this form, ta. Meme joins it like so in the middle, and then ta joins it like so at the end and takes its full form. So in continuity you write it like ta meme ta. And this is a special word also, because this is actually, it means something which it means it is pronounced as tamat, which is end. So this is the end of the exercise, right? Very good. So we have reached the end of the of this lesson, a 3-part lesson which shows each word, the basic constructs of each word. And now this should help you, this will help you identifying letters in different words in Quran or in any Arabic text. So there we go. We have covered the 3 parts of this lesson, and I will see you in the next different lesson, probably the lesson of sound movements. Until then, practice what you have. I see you later. Shukran. Assalamu alaikum.